Is my season high as well as my
Career high.
all-time high ever on all accounts.
Okay.
In all modes except Lucio Ball, where I'm actually mid-diamond.
Yeah.
So I guess that doesn't really count.
Yeah. Don't try to brag about that to your friends. That's all I got to say.
Coaching by,
there's a long wait list, and a lot of people have been like, "Hey, I'm trying to book through the ODC site, which is now Pico, Pecco."
Yeah.
And they're like, "It doesn't let me select the coach, and I wanted to book you because they were trying to book me for a cheaper price." And
yeah.
I was like, "No, you can't select me on there or anything." I really like the pace that you took that fight there. For example, your team kind of just ended up rolling them though.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like trying to warm up my brain again, and then my team just kind of won that for us.
Yeah, that definitely looked a little bit slower than you typically would play. Like you could have been just a tad bit more aggressive, but overall it wasn't like a bad pace.
Yeah, no, it's probably because I just had dinner and like watched some YouTube, so my brain is
I think
also,
that
I haven't played Orion in a while.
I think I would have liked to see is you not LS and waste a lot of shield before you were to make that rotation in, because then you couldn't really shield on that rotation in, and it left some room for some airs there.
Yeah, oh, that I thought he was going to send that somewhere else. I was too late on the block. I saw it coming.
Yeah, we'll talk about what is up in a second, once this round ends, because you're just gonna cap you. So just remember, long pins are bad. You're trying to pin a Reinhardt from Narnia right now, is how I'd say it. Like when you're that far back on point compared to where he was on the left side when you went for that pin. Just leads to, cooldowns getting dumped into you. You're doing a whole lot of nothing typically. You need to get a lot closer to start a pin. And then you're so tunneled on that Reinhardt that you even wanted to try to hit a fire strike onto him. It's like that fire strike, if you had, you don't know his HP pool really currently out of 500, right? I probably won't be a killing blow. You can one shot a squishy that was on the right side and try to angle and not always get so dead set onto one person. So just a little food for thought.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I think they have a lever here. Cool.
Yeah, they have a lever, so I mean,
like not for them, but
what I always say when they have a lever is still try to take it seriously initially, because they could just come back, so don't like completely troll through hero picks.
I've definitely lost a 5v6 before.
Yeah, the way I put it is try hard, stomp them, and then you make another player leave, and then it's a guaranteed win at that point, because that person that decided to leave has no chance of rejoining. It actually doesn't allow you to rejoin it then, so works out pretty well.
Yeah.
Remember, you can go for the fire strike from the left side at their spawn door. The other person left. Okay, yeah, the game's over. Okay, so you've been getting some Sigma in recently?
I've been playing, so I've been playing a lot with a friend of mine that's a Rhine main, so I've been playing a lot of Rhine Zarya.
A lot of sexy bones.
Okay.
But then basically on all maps where I feel like Zarya is just not that great, so here we have a lot of high ground with and Rhine's not that great, so I don't like playing Zarya. And then there's some maps with like on Nepal the inside one, and then Oasis the one, not Oasis. Yeah, Oasis the one with the high ground, and then the one in Greece with the pit. I personally don't really like playing Zarya, so I usually swap to either Sig or Hog.
Yeah, so if you want to go over more advanced position on this map, you usually start on the other high ground, as it's harder to get booped off of in general. And it helps you kind of counter the dive that would want to take that upper bridge area right off the bat. Just
Am I the only one begging?
He's up. I won't. Again, Sunday.
I always talk about not going for prediction rocks in general for like Ryan shield breaking or monkey bubble breaking unless you know you're going to be breaking the bubble yourself.
Yeah.
Grab Sunday.
So the fact of you holding onto rock in general is a big threat for, you know, Ball, Winston, and Sombra, for example.
Yeah.
So it really can shut down their dive potential.
Oh, I need help, guys. Healers.
Go back.
Oh my god. Where are
Go back. Come back, signal 3. Red got it. Oh no, shield me.
Oh, that's indeed. That's a lot of mines. We're gonna walk away from that.
There's a hog. There's a monkey right behind you guys. Kill him. I'm body block. Mercy's one.
Nice shit. Go back. Three behind.
It's one.
3 on point.
The only thing I want you to do is be a little bit more mindful on rock onto these tanks. Like they're diving because they're full HP and comfortable. You don't go for the rock on the initial dive. You want to rock them once they're getting weak when they're thinking about how to get out or
Alright, yeah.
stuff like that.
Oh my god, I'm missing.
So you're basically just trying to be flashy, and it's not the smartest thing to do. It's one of the harder things to hit as well.
Oh my god, I didn't know.
Oh, we're not to swap.
Fuck out of here.
Nice,
No.
to Winston. Great. Yeah. Only one time. Only a buck.
Probably not the way to
Somewhere
go for that. Oh,
Ball left side. Entering. Ball behind. Ball back. Somebody's up left, I think. Oh no, she's on Tracer. The 3 top left.
Sombra's gonna kill me for Ghost Tracer.
Just think as you rock as a finisher in general with these tanks.
Ooh. Go back. No.
Oh my god, they're resting. Fall behind us. Excellent.
This McCray is so fucking.
Where's she?
No Sombra. Sombra high. She has no complicate.
Souls.
Very well.
Right now you got what I call ball tunnel vision. Like you see a prime example, like opportunity to push that Hanzo. Like you guys are heavily up in the fight. He's way easier to kill than a ball. He's way less mobile in general. Like take the easier kill more often right now. It seems like you always are so set on going after this ball who's just distracting you, and he finds a lot of value out of doing that.
Sombra behind. Yeah, she might have been. Nice. Oh, go in.
Eat, bro. Thank you. Ball, back right.
There.
Nice deny there.
Anna.
Behind. Ball. You purple.
Just one kill.
The thing that you could also be thinking about is taking high ground in between these fights on just the bridge simply above you and then dropping to where you are, because that can help you find some poke as they're walking in.
Don't go too far.
Yeah. That's something in general that I need to work on.
Yeah.
I feel is
Yeah,
like
we have none of those
consider
fights.
the fact that high grounds are useful.
Well, let break heal so you can get out. We'll keep on healing, but you know what I mean. And cap somebody behind.
Get the Zarya on point, please.
Somebody might be behind.
That's 1 HP.
Just go back. Save your don't lose them.
I mean, if we can get him here. No, there's no way.
Go left. I know you're in a really bad spot. No.
Jump down.
Jump off the map. Goodbye.
You're all dead. Only D.Va missing. You can use ults if you want. Use one. Summer's one.
Fall left.
I'm reloading.
Right, just go back. Don't use any else. Just use it last time.
Soldiers or Mercy's gonna ult
Go back.
So you need to keep in mind the kill feed, LotU. It's like that fight you were starting down 2 people right off the bat at least. Then you're trying to use your ult. If you're gonna kill 2 people at least with their ult and be able to deny res, then so you're still even. Or Mercy's one of the people that you killed. Yes, there's value. But if you don't see that opportunity that you think you can get 2 kills with it, it isn't worth going for. Smart thing to do typically while down 2 is just try to play slow and wait till people are closer to coming back from their respawns in general. And there it was like your team was staggering, you guys weren't fully grouped, you last second go for the touch, you're trying to force the touch too early as the main tank basically.
Oh, they're off.
Only thing you could really do there is have a little bit better target priority. It's like your nano, who do you want to shoot at when you go there? Like if you kill anyone, they're probably just going to get res. Mercy's going to be your target priority typically, and she's also blocking who you're shooting, making it take longer for you to kill them.
Yeah.
Somewhere back.
Should recall this. Sound like your shit was behind us somewhere. Soldiers over here, soldiers.
We go high ground, please.
Watch out for ball. He's gonna knock you guys off.
Yeah, I was scared that if you kept doing that left side rotation, you're just going to get booped by ball. But I'm glad that you rotated well.
That's why I was walking there and then I was like, oh no, I'm gonna get booped if I do this.
I am not a good loser.
We're sitting ducks. Get this moving.
Just a scratch.
Nice, what's going on? just getting burst down.
In general, they're utilizing a lot of high ground right now, and we need to do rotations that try to contest these high grounds, or Zarya is going to be very difficult to force you.
Soldier's club left. You should die. Nice, go so. Yeah, man, they one here. Cancel the
You had your opportunity. So your opportunity was when she's first rotating out and you realized she's getting pocketed enough that you couldn't kill them with the Moira. You could have solo grabbed Zarya at that point and that would have been a good grab. And then they nanoed the Zarya and then you kept being aggressive after they nanoed the Zarya. And typically counter grabbing is not a good thing. If they grab first, it's usually bad to grab back in response, especially on attack where you can take a dry fight and just go next fight with your ult and actually have way more of an advantage than you were to mirror their ult with it.
Yeah.
Zarya, early. Zarya. Zarya left.
Right side, Sombra. Those are top.
Soldier high ground.
Still pushing when we're down? Like, I don't understand. If no longer.
Go back. Go back. Go back. Don't go through, don't go in.
Hold the top.
Get this doggy moving.
Hog is to get counter picks when playing Winston ball comp. And you have the chance to kill Sombra as well. The thing that says don't stress using your hook on ball unless you actually get him weak or if you know you're around your teammates so that there actually will be follow up. Otherwise it's actually better for you to just, so when monkey jumps in you can do your shoot into hook into shoot combo and just kind of dumpster on your own.
Yeah.
He's way easier to handle than a ball. His hitbox. Keep in mind at that range, that is an 8 meters, so your shot isn't detonating correctly onto people, so it's always better to left click at that point.
Winston behind.
No.
How you dying?
Why is no one helping? What the fuck?
Yeah, good.
A lot of people would have rotated up a little bit more further there to kind of look for those early hooks on either from the right side before they fully rotate in or to try to hook someone top left as they come out. Like you're taking a very passive approach and letting the fight come to you instead of looking for those early picks and rotate those hooks a lot sooner.
Alright, group up. This is our last push.
Rolling out. We're sitting ducks. Get this moving.
30 seconds remaining.
On the right. Oh my god.
Oh, that's a lot of mine.
Anna low. Anna one
All right, let's get in your mind a little bit, LotU. So when you picked Roadhog, what were you picking it to counter?
Their DPS mainly.
Oh, they're DPS. So
Yeah. Oh, that was my thought.
what were you like? Okay, so they have Sombra, they have soldiers. So you thought, oh, I can go rotate onto high ground, just try to kill the soldier and stuff. That's what you're going for?
I mean,
Okay.
either that or from low ground, hook them to get them off the high ground so my team could deal with them more.
Okay. Yeah, because in general, it seemed like Hog Pick would actually find most of its value against a comp like that. Like right off the bat, I talked about how it's really good for bursting the tanks and kind of just, you know, countering their dive a bit more.
Yeah.
It's like you have characters on your team, like you have Monkey, you have Tracer. They are going to go dive those squishier targets, and you know, the Soldier, the Mercy, blah blah blah. You just need to sit there and keep your own backline alive. And it seemed like, yes, can you look for an early pick onto Squishy before like the fight happens and they like dive in and everything? Like, yeah, go for a hook kill, rotate out, sit with your team now. Dive comes in, you peel the dive, you win the fight then. That's typically what you'd be doing on Roadhog there. If you have time to look for that early pick. If you don't, it's just countering that dive. And that's pretty much what we kind of were missing out on in the entire like end of that game on Hog. So kind of want to get you on the same page with that.
Yeah.
Is this working out for you where we're kind of relaying information, or would you prefer?
Yeah, no, this works fine. Yeah.
Okay. I can also help you with the target prioritization in the fight if you enjoy that, and kind of be pushing you actually to get into certain positions before I tell you. Like, because right now I'm just telling you after the fact, like what could you have done better. I can just tell you it as I see it, like, and push you into these rotations, but I also enjoy seeing what you would do without me here, you know? So there's two different sides to that.
I think the after the fact.
Okay. So you want to keep doing what we're doing?
I feel like if you like push me too much in
it'll stress you out.
Direction.
Yeah, I got you.
It's like, then the next time, if I don't like think about it, like if you're not there the next time to tell me where to push, then I will not push, and then I won't know like how to, if I push in the
yeah, I got you. You don't need to explain it anymore. Yeah, so in general, okay, they have a ball, right? They have a Pharah. So Pharah is really easy energy. You know, you'll see the spam coming in. Try to walk into it or bubble it in general. Okay, yeah, Ryan's suicide pin. Really good peel there. Yeah, that's just one of those panic bubbles, for example, right there. Like, you saw Mercy. Is she gonna pull out her Glock at you without you seeing her pull out her Glock? And probably not.
Yeah, no,
so
not.
you don't need to just panic bubble when you're seeing a Mercy. You shouldn't really, you know, be scared of her at full health either.
Yeah.
Really nice bubble there. Love to see that. No, a lot of panic bubbles going on right now. It's like you.
Yeah, I mean that last one definitely was panic.
Yeah. Just want you to actually be responding to seeing something happen, like a projectile coming at you. You see the Reinhardt starting to swing, or you see him drop his shield, so you know he's going to swing at you because you're in his swing range, for example. That's what we want to see. When you're getting out of that swing range and you don't see a fire strike coming at you, kind of pointless to bubble for that Reinhardt.
Yeah. I feel like we should have seen that one coming.
I mean, yeah. Kind of unlucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you know, we're 2.5 minutes in. They haven't popped a ult yet. It's like, can you take that approach that you know you see it coming yourself and you just are extremely passive with your bubbles to, you know, counter shadow yourself and not rely on your Reinhardt? Sure. Or play on an off angle more so that fight, because, you know, going into that fight they're gonna have slam. Yeah, that's what we could have done differently there.
Yeah, for sure.
You know your team is just like ever extending, you know they're going to take poke like that when you turn that corner, for example. So that's like one of those like preemptive bubbles that are okay to go for at times. So right after you killed that Ryan, I was like, okay, I think you understand that you're down and you need to swing it at this point. You saw them waste the mortality field, for example.
Yeah,
grabbing anything would be nice. Like you're waiting too long. Like now everyone's dead and there's gonna be no follow-up. You need to be looking for these grabs way sooner in the fight. Like, you know how we keep talking about you let the fight come to you. You're not looking to, you know, secure a kill and swing the tide at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you're doing that like swing attack on ball in general, it's pretty easy to be aware of your HP while you do it because you're doing nothing but swinging. So it's like once you notice your HP getting low, it's common to use that momentum to swing yourself and get yourself into that right side mega room for future reference, because you like disengage off of it when you're 91 HP into the Reinhardt and you just got lucky that your Mercy just kind of got back, for example. Yeah, so there, for example, you didn't need the grapple actually to grab the health pack. You could have grabbed the health pack and used the grapple afterwards, going up that staircase through the room to grapple and, you know, push people on the point more into your team to help secure a kill. That's more so what we'd be looking for.
Yeah.
Prepare to attack. Select your hit. One. Attack commencing.
Get it done.
I excited the enemy.
You can't do shit, dudes.
No, but don't worry, we have break because we need to stun the nothing. I forgot.
I mean, they can stun ball.
I was gonna say, like, the ball could use a stun here and there, like.
The brick pick doesn't necessarily do anything to their DPS. They're pocketed and blah blah blah. You don't help with your rotation against that DPS, but I mean, it's the ball.
Oh, that's a big damage.
Use this bridge. Use this.
Alright, you're down 2. We're calling, I guess. So. Could use your grab possibly, you know, to grab 2 squishies and possibly on high ground, you know, kind of deny them in some way. They have no immortality field at this point, so.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the kill feed as you come back. You're just like, okay, we're up 2 right now, right? Right, just kill 2.
Join me if you will.
I'm planning my shot on the point.
As they're soldier ulting.
Okay,
We're even.
we're even at this point.
We're up 2 again.
Now I wanted you to do that so you'd know if it was worthwhile for you to go into this fight using your ultimate, or if it'd be a waste. So based off knowing that you're up that entire time by a significant margin, it'd be like, okay, no real reason to use my grab here. Then you can hold it for next.
Yep.
Commence attack on objective.
The ball just saved your life.
You know what? We'll take those.
What a homie.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta save a homie like that.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay, that.
Yeah.
Real quick.
We have to clean up quicker than this. You want HS to win this fight. You're thinking, oh, if I play this extremely slow, I can survive and make a play, but you're taking it actually too slow that they're just getting their respawns and you're not looking to, you know, get a pick. And then now it's 5v6, they had quicker respawns than you guys. Whenever you know you're getting closer to like even and they're stabilizing a bit, you have to get greedier. Look to secure a kill and just hard push something.
This fight is not over. Barriers on
No, we're having a blast here.
Yeah, it's one of those games.
It happened. But that grab makes sense from a standpoint of your high energy, you have bubble, you can actually kind of kill them. But you didn't have high energy, you didn't have bubble. You're not really going to be able to secure those kills and break your mortality field. So it's like, you want to just wait, catch them more on the rotation, potentially, like as you rotate in. Because then you'll have more energy at that point.
Yeah.
in general, you just kind of have a little bit of the wrong idea of when it go on, like on the off angle to push something there. For example, like it seemed like you're looking to rotate already at the start to get rotate onto soldier, force them out.
Yeah.
That's stuff you do when you have high energy. It isn't worthwhile to do when you have none. Like, just play with your team, build the energy first and foremost. Off angling comes second after you get that down. Like once you have that high energy, think about what more can you do outside of that. Okay.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Where exactly still? So I don't know, because there's different ways you can approach it. You can just do kind of like the face, or you can do like the like a zoom in on the face with the eyes and everything, and kind of do that on a skinnier area, or you can just see the fucking big ass thing. Cause I plan on fully sleeving both my arms, so. Going in there for 2 full day sessions, so it's gonna be a grind.
Very nice.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the coaching, obviously.
Yeah. The bonus at this point is that they only just cap. The not so bonus is that our Ryan is deciding that this is a good idea to start being up there, which I'm not too sure about.
Well, you stop doing a lot of these preemptive bubbles like on your Mercy that's not even taking pressure. If you realize someone's actually targeting her, or you see someone like looking at her and you know they're gonna go after her, sure, go for it. But like they're all targeting you, like worry about yourself and fending for yourself first. Because like turning to bubble her, you're taking away from your DPS value to help get these people off of you.
Yeah.
You did a nice job there.
Thank you.
If you understood you were down in the fight earlier, you'd be getting out of there with your energy. Like you already have your ult. It's like you're just poking for no reason.
Yeah.
And like the only time that you could have really been a playmaker, it would have been like right after when they pop visor. You could actually have grabbed the wall like near the visor if you were confident and you know you carried the kill off of it, and that'd be okay soul. Then right after you looked at the visor, you had the opportunity to grab both tanks, and you didn't jump on the opportunity right off the start of the fight. So just look for these more aggressive plays.
Skill orb. That's unfortunate.
Yep. The way I see it is you're missing some key opportunities to use your ult, and then you're not really finding the best situations to use your ult after due to, you know, other players. So it's like we really just have to jump on these earlier opportunities we're seeing as of right now if we really want to carry. Hey, 69 average energy. Very nice.
Hey, very nice. Very nice. One more of those dumb bubbles. I was starting to see them like right after when I popped them. Now I just need to like realize it right before I pop them so I don't actually like pop them.
I just want you to think about where you're placing yourself in general right now, because you're placing yourself on split to the left at that chick the entire time. Like when you first were gonna back up, you're gonna back up and split yourself to the left. You want your backing up to be to your team that's gonna be backing up towards the point. You need to be hanging on the right side of the door at that chick, for example, and then peeling back towards the point from there, instead of holding on to the left side instead.
Yeah.
That's just out of position.
Guess I'm getting scattered.
Just remember, if it's a grab that you think you can't just like secure a kill on, it's not really worth doing. You were gonna just.
I tried to grab the Mercy because I thought I could
Okay.
kill the Mercy if I got her in there, but she backed out of it in time.
Gotcha.
This will restore you. Get in there.
Nice.
Nice. Ah, very nice.
Score 1-1.
Very unfortunate to say, but we're no longer at 69% average energy.
Taser, you're so amazing. You inspire me. May, you're the real hero.
This is now my
So I guess the next best thing is to go for 69 elims.
Yeah. You think he can do that? Maybe
Yeah.
next game.
Maybe if this was like a 2 full caps Kings Row game, we could get there, but
Do you remember when it used to be a best of 5?
I mean, back then I probably...
So there used to be a thing that there's a time limit for how long you can keep a match going for in Overwatch. But people that like when 6 second was a thing, you'd purposely like not cap and you just try to farm as many kills as you could. And I had like 250 to 300 kill games on cost.
Oh, dang.
It was pretty dumb. That was also playing Tracer back in Tracer meta. Just kind of meta right now though, in pro play though.
I'm getting bullied.
The big thing I want you to kind of keep in mind is like if your team isn't focusing the ball, like your only son is the Mei, okay? If your Mei isn't freezing him, you're probably not going to be killing him right now. Focus the other stuff that are easier for people to hit. They're going to hit the easier thing. You should hit the easier thing too. You're wasting your time just, you know, looking at him a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of big.
My will made real. Barrier active. Total back.
Good bubble there. I want you to identify things like your Mei's pushing up. You need to push up as well then. Like you want to be on what she's freezing. A lot of your synergies right there. You need to recognize when your team's taking space and try to take space with them a little bit more often. Like you're out here in like Narnia.
Yeah.
Alright, so if you win this fight, you win the game. So try to get an advantage in any way possible, okay? There you go. That's what I'm hinting at. Just solo grab someone and push an advantage. You don't need a 6-man grab at the end of the day.
Yeah, no.
Cool. GG.
So in that case, normally I think if you hadn't like slightly hinted at like just eating it out there to solo grab someone,
You'd wait in case something like happens. Or look for 2.
probably would have either gone for an early grab like once the second person touched, like a squishy, or saved it for to deny a recontest, to just grab them off point.
Yeah, in general, typically you kind of grab something that you think you wouldn't be able to solo kill otherwise, or if you know that they have no one that can touch besides that one person, you try to grab them off the point.
Yeah.
And that's situations you'll find yourself in at times. There, for example, if they had a high charge Zarya, like it's not like a guaranteed kill. Maybe if it's 1v1, but if you grab them, you know you have the advantage for sure, because you can outstrafe. They'll miss a little bit. You're gonna have perfect tracking, obviously, because they're standing still. Like if you both have bubble and the same amount of energy, you are favored now, instead of maybe being more of an equal fight. So it's like you just try to get advantage on something, like secure that kill on that 100 charge Zarya, secure that kill on that ball that's just annoying and can solve for a long time. Like, don't give them that opportunity to solve for a long time and let people get back. Get them out of there.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
Makes sense. All right, I'm gonna be back in like 1 second.
Yeah, no worries.
I think I'll go Sigma. I'm actually never sure on Nimbani if it's like decent to go Rhine on defense or if it's better to like run a Sigma or a Hog.
Honestly, on this map, you can kind of get away with whatever you'd like. Like on this map, you can play Rhine, you can play Monkey here on first point, you could play Ball with the Zarya on first point, you can play the Sig with the Zarya. The only thing I just would say is you just don't play the Diva. Anything else will work with the Zarya on this map. It's kind of whatever you want to play.
Cool. Normally in that case, I'd probably go for the Rhine, but I think I need to practice my Sig a bit more, so we'll just roll with that.
Sounds good to me. I definitely think if you were to queue mostly Reinhardt and Zarya right now, I think you're on track to hit Diamond as of right now.
Yeah, it's more just the grind at this point.
Yeah, I think you can grind it out today if you have, or tomorrow. I mean, it's late for you.
I mean, that is the plan.
Yeah, just realizing they're pushing past your shield a little bit sooner, and your pathing would be to drop off the top onto the point, and you're splitting yourself. So I just want you to think about where are you going to path out with, like, constantly. Like, I need to back to this area, and then you'll kind of, you know, play a corner possibly closer to this side area. So what made you want to go Reinhardt now? Just because they're on Reinhardt?
I wanted to mirror the Rhine Zarya, and then I saw that our Zarya is now a Roadhog, so I tried to swap to Zarya to play Hog Zarya.
Okay.
But at that point, I'd just be on my comfort pick and I can vibe a lot harder, but...
I would say the Sig is pretty valuable against Hanzo Fair in general, because of the damage reduction overall with Grasp that you spam, and you can deny Fair ult, for example. And, you know, wouldn't be a terrible thing if you wanted to play it, but...
Fair ult? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I saw the Fair ult coming in. That's why I was like, you know, if you know they're gonna have Fair ult the next fight, it's better to stay safe than swap Reinhardt here anyway. Because you'd understand that the Fair finds a lot of poke and builds their ult really quick with a Mercy Pocket, obviously. So you're now on Ryan Zarya, just give me a heads up.
Very nice.
Rain, where are you?
You're too hesitant right now when your team is up. Like, you should understand people want to be more aggressive when you're up. You're still up. You can get back in there. Look to see if people are supporting you while you take this aggressive space. If they do, you know, you can chill there. It's like, obviously now they're having respawns right and pressuring you back. It's a game of give and take.
W's ever.
Big grab. About as big as mine usually are.
Yeah, I think after you realized that you couldn't get a swing off, basically due to the circumstances after your fire strike very quickly, that they're gonna, you know, be able to dump their cooldowns, there's just shield up out. And it seemed like you're ready to just hard W key and not let go the entire time.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I guess they didn't have enough.
Push now. Nice Nano. Big.
If I'm being completely honest with you, I would have liked to seen after your pin you just trying to, you know, play to live on cart for as long as you can for your Ana to build Nano, for example, and invest that resource. Like you almost died and you got really lucky that they did get the Nano off and built it right at the very end there probably then. Because I don't believe we had it when we first got there, or they would have nanoed you a lot sooner.
I know you need you.
You should understand you're up at that point, and I mean you're down, not up. Understand? Like people were dying as you rotated back, like literally on the corner of the bus. Like you had a while to kind of piece that together that it's no longer winnable.
Yeah.
It's a big thing that happens is Reinhardt. You kind of lose a lot of momentum when you waste Shatter, because now that Ryan knows you don't have it, and he can play a lot more aggressive because he knows you don't have it.
Yeah.
And he's low. Fine.
You're finding yourself becoming a hard shield bot McGee right now. I'm just giving a little fair warning. Definitely want to be shield hopping more and not just hard holding shield as much as you have been in the past minute or so. And you need to be trying to actually get on top of stuff and use your body a bit more. Right now you're just super complacent just holding shield. You shouldn't be happy just only holding shield on Reinhardt.
Nice.
Okay, nice snipe. I was a little sad that you didn't initially like just hard W onto that Zarya, but you know, you made up for it.
That's why I kind of realized I like walked up her and then I was like, wait, why did I do that? That's not a smart thing to do. I would not make that. So. That's where the rain buff comes through.
Yeah, nice job. The whole major thing about that recontest that kind of struck me as odd was when you came out and you went for kind of that random pin, hoping like as that Ryan died in general. It's like the pin wouldn't make sense because you have Shatter and you don't want to give up your pin currently because you do have Shatter. And like in general, it's some when you have Shatter, you're more passive with both cooldowns because you can use them to help you follow up onto your Shatter. And then it's like you have no information on that Zarya. Like you just saw the Zarya. Now it's like now we want to play slow, bait out bubbles, then look for Shatter. And you just thought, oh, Ryan dead, I have free slam. Like you have to be thinking about the other things that can block slam as well.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you don't get paid for showing it in a Jane video, but
yeah. I like the attempt, if I'm being honest.
Sorry, what?
I did like the attempt at pinning Doom there.
Okay.
Go next one. Go next one. Well, looks like you don't care, so it's gonna frag you out.
I am unstoppable.
Yeah, so there was only like one earlier Shatter opportunity, and it was when the Demon the Mercy were on low ground right after you killed both tanks and you did have a Shatter. And that's the Shatter I thought you were gonna go for to, just hard carry it. Doom has a lot of carry potential, Mercy can res someone, can both be really swing picks. Like, and miss that opportunity, they end up kind of rolling the fight. Then, you kill Doom. After what that Doom was doing, I think it makes sense that the Mercy wants to bring them back, so you want to kind of gatekeep that res a little bit more.
Wherever he wants to.
Yeah, maybe it's what we do so.
Yeah.
Oh, that's come.
Yep.
I thought that part of that pillow was clear, but oh, team's kind of fragging.
Yeah, your Doom just popped off a bit. It's a Mercy and someone else.
The other one's still open.
Why are you playing this slow? Why wouldn't you be just walking into the monkey right when you get back? You guys have the advantage right now. You want to push it. And remember, you're there, you're healthy. Use some of your resources. Kind of pin that. Yep. I'm glad the bomb wasn't in a spot it could hit you, because that was a bad reaction.
Yeah, I thought it was behind me for some reason. I thought the arrow was pointing behind me, yeah.
So you're one of the Ryans that dies to D.Va bomb when they have shield? Understood.
I mean, not usually, but I guess that time if the D.Va bomb was in a bit of a better position, I would have, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll take those. I was going for the D.Va, but
still there.
There it is. And we did hold them here, so we don't have to fully push full.
Everyone is editing. Not enough.
This is where your VOD's gonna kick in because the stream quality has now just dropped drastically all of a sudden. It's been all good up until now.
I mean, yeah, at some point
Okay,
Discord was gonna just
it's clearing up
shit
again.
on us, I guess.
So, whatever. It happens. Alright, GG. I like how you're being a little, you know, more aggressive with your rolls right now. That's a big improvement.
This is like the one map where I consistently just block the hog because I enjoy hooking people into a pit.
Well, the real question is, do you know how to make a basket?
I did, yeah.
Yeah?
Alright, you stand here and my Doom's being an ass to aim it about there and then I missed. Well, close enough. I did it before. Check the VOD.
I know you did it, but I want to see if you had the, you know.
Yeah, I think I learned it in your Discord at some point.
I teach people how to do it all the time because I joke about that being my educational content.
I mean, sounds legit. That's unfortunate that she doesn't die there. I'm gonna press E now so I don't die.
That's just saying.
The weapon accuracy is off the charts.
Nice shooting into your hook combo there on the ball though. That's what you love to see for bursting tanks.
Oh, they're Reaper.
Yeah, so a big thing with this Reaper on the other team is Reapers, you know, they have the advantage if you miss your hook. That's the only way they have the advantage, okay? If they catch you with no hook or they bait it out. Be patient with them because they are expecting the hook early in the fight. They will preemptively wraith a lot of time. You can also do that little melee trick that makes it look like you're doing a hook then and really bait out that wraith constantly. And then they can't. It's just simply meleeing. It makes them think you were gonna go for a hook, and then they just like waste their resource basically.
Yeah. I saw that coming. I thought it was out of range.
Yeah, so it's like you're tunneling on the ball and you're caught out in the open and you don't know what's going on point. So it'd be actually pass to that right side corner because you're already committing to it and you're aware of what's over there. So it's just kind of hanging out in the middle the entire time.
Yeah.
In general, if you understood that the ball, you know, can easily survive your hook, like, you know, use his power drive to get himself back onto the well, or you knew if you're to shoot him, hook him, shoot him again, he's going to survive. Invest that whole log. Yeah, like perfect whole log. All right, cool.
Oh, very nice. I think that's what we'd call a C9.
Score.
We take those.
And you
we
are
take
currently, I believe, what, 29-15? So.
29-11, I think.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. So we are up 1 game for the day so far, I believe.
Yeah, I think I started 29-88.
Yeah. We'll hopefully end up 2 then. You know, close that gap on hitting
Hopefully.
diamond.
Then tomorrow I only have to win a couple and we'll be there.
Will this be your first time ever hitting diamond?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
So my 29-50 something that I have currently is my season high as well as my
Career high?
all-time high ever on all accounts.
Okay.
In all modes except Lucio Ball, where I'm actually mid-diamond.
Yeah.
So I guess that doesn't really count.
Yeah. Don't try to brag about that to your friends. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, no, for sure. Oh, well, they're getting capped. That's
It's okay. It's like you'll just recap it right after because you actually won the fight. Like, don't let him find the boop on you off the map and you'll be okay.
I tried to rock him there because I figured it might knock him like just enough of the point that it wouldn't like count as capping anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, might have been too big brain.
I think you're not thinking about what you're playing next to though. Like you're rotating kind of super wide near the edge of the map when you're playing against multiple dupes. Like you're playing against Lucio, you're playing against Ball. Sorry, right click and technically boop you as well. Like you don't want to be anywhere near ledges, so don't swing wide on that part of the map. It puts you closer to the ledge.
Yeah.
At this point, you should understand this fight was already lost before you even rotated in. If you're watching the kill feed and you're pathing out towards a ledge, you're gonna get booped by the Lucio.
Yeah, yeah. There's oh, we're on a right now. I'm gonna sub Zarya.
If you get booped off the map on Zarya, always right click yourself off the wall as you're falling. As a little side note, because you're getting booped a lot right now, because then it counts as a suicide and doesn't give all charge.
Alright, yeah. I was like, wait, does that like you don't go upwards if you do that, right? But just
It's just the all charged part.
I killed 2, son of a... I killed 3, I have 3 picks, you can push me back.
A temporary setback.
I hate it when Lucios do this.
They just ditch you. They're on a mission to get there quicker, okay?
Alright, see you, scrub.
Alright, you want English up to Bubble Ryan? Yep. Every time you rotate through this left side door or the right side that goes to the coast, instantly you stress me out. Every time you like go there, I'm just like, it's not a good habit, man. Not a good habit.
Yeah, no, I feel.
Go peel the ball off a point right now. Like, if the longer you let them stall, the higher chance more people get back. Like, you have to deal with them. So you remember that little trick that you get 40 energy if you bubble right when it's going off? It saves you your HP.
I I did bubble there.
I know. That's why I said you.
Okay,
you
yeah,
remember
no,
it.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to
we're
make sure
talking the
you-
same way.
Mhm.
Dope. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, that's up 2. Very nice.
Yeah, I'm totally cool with you climbing 48 SR in a hour and a half. That's not a lot of time at all, right? So
I think the other week, like a couple of weeks ago, I played for like 2 hours, I think, and I went from 2720 to 2901, and then I dropped to like 2820 again. But I think I climbed almost 200 SR in 2 hours.
yeah, you had to
before
like win every single game then. So
Yeah, no, that was like a 6-7 game win streak, and then I hit 2900 and I immediately lost 2, so I was like, yikes.
all right, well, congrats on being close to your season high again. Hope you can
Yeah, thanks.
push through
I
and hit
will,
diamond. So
Yeah, try and get past there tomorrow, get to diamond.
Sounds
will,
good.
Plan another session for later in the week, and I'll see you then.
all right, sounds good. I'll catch you then, LotU.